What's up, guys? I just wanted to make a kind of quick video and talk to you guys a little bit about age and music and YouTube. I think there's like a misconception about age and starting music projects. And what I want to tackle today is the idea that if you are over 30 years old, I think that you need to start a new music project. I think that is the move. If you have experience, let's say, doing music before, I think that you should do that. If you don't have any experience doing music, I mean, you can do that. And, you can probably gain enough experience and do something by the time that you're 35, 40, something like that, and do something like substantial. But if you have been, grinding it out as a music artist, whether or not you're doing, solo stuff or you're in a band or whatever, since you've been in your 20s or even just like the last, couple of years, I think that it's time to take that experience and put it towards a new music project, a new project that you can worry less about the mistakes that you're going to make because you've already made those mistakes before and you know how to learn, or if you have learned from them and you know how to kind of tread that path forward in this new music project. A lot of people think that people that have looked at my journey have thought that I started this like a long time ago, but actually I started after I was in my 30s when I started the most successful music project that I have, which is Sadzilla. And the reason for that is because like I had done stuff before. I had been a producer when I was in my teens. I had been a vocalist in a few bands, and I was a music promoter in my 20s. Stuff like that like gave me the experience that I needed in order to make new mistakes and do new things as a new artist and in a new project. And I think that's important. I think it's important to keep in mind that like the experience that not only that you have as a musician, and the skills that it takes to do that, but just experience in life in general. I could go into a plethora of different things that you could use an example for life experience, but just like how to even just talk to people or make connections, network with people, how to see a scam from a mile away because you've been duped before when you were younger. I mean, things like this, you come in with the experience, and I think it can actually really benefit you moving forward. And this whole idea that, it's a young man's game and you're not going to make it if you are over 30 years old it's just dumb, especially today when like record labels are just like, at this point, just giving loans to smaller artists and then just asking them to basically do the same exact thing that they can do. Like record labels are not really in the business of making new stars right now. Like they're in the business of finding the stars that already exist, And so like this whole idea that, you have to be a certain age or whatever. Like, no, everything's in your hands. Like your destiny is in your hands as far as like what you can do at your age or whatever. And so I think that's something to keep in mind. And I just think it would be a good idea to start thinking about like something new. Like, and when you go into a new music project, you can think like really plan it out. Like, oh, this is like my brand. This is like, well, first, like, this is my name. This is the brand. This is like the colors that I'll use. This is the music that I'm gonna make. Like I'm going to promote it this way. I'm going to make content for this, and I'm going to do it this certain way or whatever. And you can just like start like full speed ahead. Like you're going to go so much further, so much faster because you have that experience, and I just think that it would be such a good idea to start something new right now. Because, I mean, I've even started new projects as well recently, and I've made them successful as well. Right now, I have my Sadzilla one, which has over around 150,000 monthly listeners. And then my newest one, Son Broku, has almost close to over 50,000, and then I have another one that's about 10 to 20,000. So like, and that was just me, just like, hey, I'm just gonna start something new. I'm gonna try something new, go in a different direction, and that whole starting process is really therapeutic. To be honest with you, really let your creative juices flow, and you can kind of like tackle a project differently than you have before, and it really makes a whole difference, especially if you're like feeling like creatively spent on your project right now, and you're just like, oh, nothing's working, like what am I gonna do? Then if you have an idea for something new, start something new. Like you don't have to just like rely on that one music project. Think about new things that you can do, that you can maybe even do better than the project that you're doing right now. Maybe you are chained up in that project that you are currently in or have been in creatively. Like you make a certain style of music, or you have to do a certain type of promotion, or you have to adhere to certain standards that you wouldn't have in a new music project. Even if you wanted to start something new that you've never even made before, that would be a good thing to do, and it would allow you to attack your old project, your original project, with a better mindset and better creativity. Like your creative juices are going to be, you're going to be using a different grade of gas for your old project than you would your new project. You know what I'm saying? So you don't feel as creatively spent. Like, let's say I work on one project and I do a lot of things creatively with it. I don't feel as if I've really like done a whole lot of creative stuff, because I was doing it in a certain type of music when I go back to my other project, and so I can still work on that and stuff like that. And I'm gonna make another video on this, like, and dive deeper into this, but also like YouTube channels like this. Starting a YouTube channel, like, especially since I'm older, like I wanted to give you guys my my experience and help you guys along your journey, and that's why I started this YouTube channel. And it just is better for my brand, myself in general, and just helps everybody kind of grow, right? And I suggest, especially if you have experience, start a YouTube channel, start getting into that. But like I said, I'll talk about that in another video. So if you have never seen me before, in this first video you've ever seen of mine, definitely hit the like and subscribe. I'll dive more into that in another video. I think it could be a really cool, interesting idea. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, definitely click the like button down below, click the bell icon, and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what you guys think. And if you guys are also, any of you are over 30, or maybe you're getting there soon and you want to start something new, or maybe even if you're not 30 and you want to start a new project, that's cool too. But yeah, anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm Sadzilla. This has been another episode of Zilla Mode. Zilla out.